G'day mates and welcome back to Pharaoh. Now this is our first actual choice on the world map, and generally there are choices between more peaceful building orientated missions and the more military ones, although generally there is a fair bit of overlap in Pharaoh. Let's have a look here. We have here Abedju, Abydos is the Greek name for it. Abedju, the necropolis, or Behdet, Apollinopolis. We're going to be doing a more military one down south, probably fighting Nubians, building, I assume, building a fleet. And then this one up here, we'll be building a bunch of mastaba, no doubt. Now this is the mission that I always take. I love the building, I love the monuments, and when I play through myself, this is the one I always go for. Now in this playthrough, I will do both of these. They will be in subsequent videos. To begin with though, we're going to go into unfamiliar waters, if you can pardon the pun there. We're going to go into unfamiliar territory here with dangerous waters. I've never done this one before, so we're going to see how it goes.
Egypt's military troops are now unmatched in the known world, but the new pharaoh, Khazakimwe of the Second Dynasty, now also demands a powerful navy based at Behdet. Nothing less than a fleet of warships will suffice to allow us dominion over the high seas. But timber is scarce, as our climate supports only a few sparse areas of forest. Cedar may be imported at great cost from Blxz in the land of Lebanon to the northeast. Fortunately, exports of our native papyrus will provide a means of offsetting this expense.
Alrighty then, we need to build a fleet of wooden ships, and we are a country in the middle of the desert. So let's go in and see what we can do. Okay, trade on the waters. It's actually the first time we have water trade. Fishing the Nile and building boats and ships. I think I understand most of those already. If I didn't, we'd be in for some problems. Let's have a look here. It looks like some pretty decent farmland. Actually, not that good. Decent little bit of farmland there. Fairly light on the farmland in this mission. And there's even a tiny little bit of reeds over here. So we can do some papyrus making. Not looking very thick in resources though. This is very clearly a mining area of some sort. Gold mine. Okay. Again, it's a fair distance over here to actually drop off that gold. So we may well do that at some point in the future. Got a good nice area in the centre though, nothing blocking us from building up other than the access to the water and fairly limited food. Now, what did we require? We're going to need 2,500 population, so definitely 2 housing blocks at least, unless we level them up quite high. I probably could do that with one big housing block. I think we've got what we need. First of all, let's drop tax right down. I won't be taxing you for quite a while. There's a lot of different things we can trade. Let's have a look at the world map. So we are, where are we? We're down south, I think. There we go, we're Behdet. Quite far south, although not as far as we're going to get in the future, no doubt. We can trade. Necken will buy, a land trader, very useful, will buy papyrus. You guys don't do anything just yet. Mennefer will buy bricks. Barley, beer, jewellery, nothing particularly valuable, though beer might be good to export at some point. They will sell us clay. You will buy... Actually, you'll sell us copper. We'll need that for weapons, I suspect. They will buy fish from us. Again, not very valuable. Beer, they'll buy linen if we can grow it. Papyrus is good, and it's a land trade route, even better. And this is a water trade route we're going to need. They will buy gems from us if we can make them. And they'll sell us wood and copper. So let's have a quicker look what resources we've got here. Farming we can do. We can make beer. And we've got chickpeas. We've got one source of food. Raw materials. We have clay, gold. So we can make pottery. And we can make papyrus. Shipwright, a weaver. So we can get linen from... we can get flax from somewhere, I suspect. Let's have another look at those. I don't pay attention to everything all the time. No reeds. I need... Linen's fine, but that's what you're buying. What we want are flax. Oh, there we go. This guy will sell us flax. So we can actually make some linen and export linen. So if we buy it from McKen, we could sell it to Who could we sell it to? Timna. We could sell it up to Timna. So that is another option for us to make money. And one last thing, look at our gods. We've got Osiris and Ra. And our two are Ra's our patron. Okay. I think we're in a good position. I'm going to cut back when I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, this is our first setup. We should have enough people here to staff our little gold mining operation, which will provide us the early funds. We are currently at 70 Debins, although I haven't actually taken the bailout loan just yet. So let's speed time up a little bit and get some immigrants in. And then hopefully we'll be able to expand down, start getting food and leveling up our housing as quick as we can. Probably should have put this side down first, but no doubt we'll get there eventually. No unemployment just yet. I'm going to think about, we're probably not going to get much this season, but I would like to work on getting it done quite quickly. I've actually forgotten, I should have, just over here, I'm going to have to destroy these houses. I'm going to do, let's do our other exit over here. Throw down we just need a bandstand over here. You guys there, and a roadblock. We're out of money, that's fine. I'm sure we can deal with that. Now I'll throw this down here and we'll be able to put our granary and stuff in this area here and allow it to have another housing block up behind us if we do. So let's go, let's get 2 granaries here. We're probably going to need to throw in some gardens to stop them being turned off by having the granary so close. And that'll give us enough time to throw down some, probably should wait until these kick in fully in terms of income. But no doubt we'll have enough people eventually. And it is worthwhile to get the... let's just double check. I'm going to keep that low, keep it at 5%. Because I will be taxing them eventually. Now I do want to get my work camps down here. Quick smart. Let's go for 3 work camps. And while we're here, we can get a fire and an architect's post just there. Now this will allow us to, once we get a roadblock down, set up our food, and I'll be back once I've got that done. Okay, we're all set up. We didn't quite catch the flood this year, so we'll get next year. We'll have our food production will be ready and raring to go with a temple to Ra here, as he is our patron god. And a couple of shrines to Osiris, just to keep things going nicely. Now, I'm thinking about whether I should throw extra people in here. I may even just go and start another housing block entirely. We currently have no unemployment. Let's see how everything's going. Yeah, we're a little bit short, so I'm thinking of starting immediately, just working on another housing block. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we have briefly ducked into debt. But this will keep us going nicely once the immigrants start moving into it. I'm definitely going to need a firehouse though to keep everything going well. And an architect's post. And I suppose a water supply wouldn't hurt, considering we are trying to keep these people healthy. Now this gold should keep just trickling in gradually. I think I'll add 1 or 2 more down here once I do manage to get up a little bit into positive numbers. But farming's going well here. We're going to need to keep Osiris on side though. Yeah, they're not very happy just yet. So what I'll do is I'll throw down a temple to Osiris over here. Again, that probably shouldn't have done that because we're going into debt again. But we'll be coming out shortly. Now it should try and keep above debt. Every time you go down, I think it pisses Pharaoh off just that tiny little bit more. So I will keep that in mind. I probably should have worked in the festival square. I missed that opportunity. I would have liked to have maybe put that in there. Maybe next time. Alrighty, the first harvest has come in and we're preparing our first feeding. This will load these houses up. It probably will absorb all of that food, so I won't even bother with these guys just yet. Okay, that is a concern. We're going to need a lot of pottery and we're going to need it quickly. I was not really prepared for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in right here. Throw in clay pit. We're going to need 1, 2, let's go 3 for the time being. I'll actually run it this way, and then I'll run it down past these houses, and I can link that up at a later date. So I'm going to throw in, what am I going to throw in? I'm going to need potters. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to need a storage yard to hold all the pottery for now. This can be moved at a later date, maybe to a more central location, but for the time being, we're going to get it done as quick as we can. Of course, we're going to need the firehouse and architect's post as well. Okay, there we go. Hopefully we can get that done in time. I suspect we're probably going to need a bunch of other goods as well. So while we're here, actually, before I cut out, we might consider expanding this area into a bit of a farming area. We can tap this up here. How am I going to do this? Let's throw in, don't have any unemployment to work with. I do have a fair bit of unemployment to work with. That is good. Let's throw in 1, 2 work camps here to begin with. And then we will roadblock that off there. Now let's see where we can do this. I need the flood to go down before I can really deal with it. Entertainment, I'll get there in time. So let's look at this. We're going to need farms. I'm going to put Barley Farms up here, I think, because I suspect we can export barley at some point. So we'll throw a couple of these down like this. Again, it's a very thin farmland. No inundation at all this year. Let's get Osiris on side. We're definitely going to need to get you on side. And I'll throw a couple down to Ra as well, otherwise we'll annoy him quite a bit. Again, I might have to remove those at a later date. So I do want barley to go down here. There you go, that should be sufficient for now. If I can get you all connected. Okay, this wasn't entirely unexpected. Pharaoh request for beer. Small problem that we don't actually have any beer, but I did actually get this beginning to set up, so we might be able to salvage something here. We'll definitely have enough barley anyway. We're going in and out of debt, which is a problem, but we'll have enough barley to get this all set up. I am beginning to do fish as well. I can... not good, not good. Looks like these guys are not working properly. Let's have a quick look there. They are... infrastructure, they should be working, and yet... for some reason, in typical Pharaoh fashion, they're not. Okay, let's put you a little bit closer to the workers so you can actually find workers this time. And I'll destroy these two. Hopefully I don't lose all of these fishing docks. Oddly enough, we're not actually getting any workers, which is odd because they should be walking right past them. This is a bit of a pain. So what we're going to do now is do it this way instead. I'm going to connect you up like that. I think I can get rid of that, and maybe not. Yep, looks like it's adjacent. So maybe that will give us the workers we need. Ah, there we go. We should not quite have enough pottery. Okay, we're actually able to finally send off that pottery. It did take a while, but we got there in the end. Now, having done that, I think we can actually scale back the amount of pottery we have. What I can instead do is put in a couple more breweries. One, because we will use that... ooh, interesting, fish. And unfortunately, they've only just started stockpiling it because this was still not working properly. But hopefully we will get there in time. We're getting there actually quite quickly. There we go. That was very quick. We're still looking for the beer, but no doubt we will get there shortly. The problem, of course, is that I haven't been able to get Osiris to bless me just yet. It's actually quite a struggle. He's not blessing at all. So we are seriously running short of... let's try putting that up there. Ah, there we go. We've got enough beer, finally. We are seriously running short of floodplain. It has all dried up. It's all pretty terrible stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty average flood, and that one didn't even get touched at all. 3% fertile. I think we may be going into a bit of a doom spiral here. And a bit of malaria doesn't help. Okay, things are beginning to get back under control. Been a bit of a messy episode so far, but Osiris has begun to bless us, so we will harvest double what we expected. And I'm beginning to work on a military. I'm gradually importing little bits of wood, which should come in the next merchant ship from Byblos. And we have more than enough cash to tide us over for the time being. Problem, of course, is employees. So once I can get everything stabilised, I suspect we will be in a better position. For now though, what we're going to do is start throwing down all the dance school, conservatory sort of stuff that we need to level up our people when they do eventually manage to get enough food to survive. So we've got pottery coming down here. Beer is currently up there, but I think I'm going to get this. I don't know what that said. Pharaoh requests good. He wants pottery. Well, there you go, loads of pottery. Take it all. So I'm also going to want you to get up to half of beer as well down here in the central location. I also want to double check that our gods are happy. I don't think I've been... Okay, you're benevolent and you're congenial. That's fine for now. Osiris is the one that I care about. And there we go. In 18 months they will be approaching, so we're going to need an army of some sort. Our navy is currently under construction. We're working on that. We've got one ship. We will have 4 total by the looks of things, which should be sufficient. Now, there really isn't that much space for it, which is a little bit annoying. But we need to throw a recruiter down quickly. And I think we're going to do that up behind here. At some point I'll be able to... get some copper in and make real weapons. But for now... what we're going to do is just go for regular archer forts. Now, we're not going to go too close to those guys because that will make them unhappy. But I think 3 of those should be sufficient. Now, I think also we're going to need a firehouse and an architect's post for the recruiter. We will find that out. And I don't know if I covered this before in a previous cut, but I have thrown in... It's bad timing. How does that... I don't understand this game sometimes. Okay, I'll put a firehouse right next to you. And I'll put an architect's post right next to you. There we go. And I'm also going to need to probably cover you there. Now, what I was saying is I have managed to put in this little festival square there. I think it looks quite nice nestled in among the gardens and in the sort of centre. I hope to build a few more things around it to make it look more centrally located. And of course the firehouse burnt down. Doesn't matter, that's Pharaoh for you. And all the joys. For some reason nobody is coming. There you are, coming from... No, we're just going to let it burn out apparently. Okay. Alrighty, I've done a little bit of thinking about what I can put on the other side of this festival square. And it's going to be, the monument is actually going to be on the other side of it. So we will be partying in, I suppose, in view of the huge monument that will be set up here. So in the off season, which is pretty much now, the labourers should come over and start clearing that out. And we will gradually start to import in some bricks over time. Down here, our population is looking good. We need a courthouse, so we can throw that in very easily. That is... Wait, where is the courthouse? Did I overlook it? I'm either overlooking it or we don't have a courthouse for this one. Nope, apparently we don't have a courthouse. So this is the highest level of stuff that we will get. So we may as well throw down a tax collector to take advantage of it all. Alrighty, 1 more month until the Nubians arrive. I'm assuming they're going to come by ocean, considering this is called the Dangerous Waters thing. So they'll either come from the south or... well, Nubians in the south, so they will come from the south. You will notice over here I have a small fire raging through the city right next door to another firehouse. Again, I don't know what it is with this game, but it is a little bit unstable. I've also had regularly failing floods, so I am struggling quite a bit here to actually get enough food. I have a... There we go, more stuff burning down. Apparently the roadblock can burn down. I've actually never encountered that before. So I am beginning to expand up here, but we really are struggling quite a bit. I think what I'm going to do is actually... disease strikes, I don't care. And here we go, foreign army invades. What I think we're going to do is set these guys immediately on search and destroy. We will send you all off. And hopefully you can actually protect us. What we are going to do though is bring this army down here as well, just in case they happen to drop off. We will need, in case the transports get through. Now, I'm not sure what I can really do to bump up the farming. There are no more farms I can fit in anywhere. No farms will fit there. So as I was saying, I think I'm going to just dump off maybe these 3 and actually turn them into chickpea farms. There we go, that should bump up our food a little bit more. We are struggling quite a bit. What's that? It's a trading ship. So I think we've got them under control down here. Yep, we do. In that case, let's all go back home. Job well done, guys. You guys can head back as well. And I think we did lose 1 ship. I don't care about that. So, see if we can get a blessing from Osiris to help us out here. Let's throw a lavish festival. We do have a small problem with unemployment, but I think I can fix that with more work camps. Yet more raging fires in the city right next to the firehouse. No idea what I can do here. I think if I just block him off from going up here. Perhaps he's going up there and getting lost. That is the only thing that I can actually think about. Considering I have no idea what else could be causing it. Either way, it is a pain. Alrighty, the flood is likely to fail. The city is otherwise operating beautifully, and the monument is being built up gradually. But this could be a major problem, could set us right back. So let's double check how Osiris is going. He is fairly happy, and we've got these little blue people or Ankh symbols, or I don't know what the hell they're meant to be. Positive symbols. So what we need to do is consider throwing down a bunch more stuff. Now I'm running out of space. We throw that there. Could actually throw a couple here. And other than that, I am really running out of space where to do things without actually expanding the city further. I'm sort of building myself into a little bit of a hole here. What we might do though is throw a festival for Osiris. We're going to need a fair bit of beer, which we've got. So we'll throw ourselves a grand festival and see how things go there. Alrighty, looks like there will be no inundation at all this year. Not sure how we can fix this one. What I have done though is I'm beginning to build a little temple district. Now generally these are frowned upon and I don't like building them myself. So I'm going to excuse it by making it a priest quarters. I'm going to upgrade these houses here. I'm going to provide them with all the amenities they need. So it will be a net drain on my employment. I'm actually running out a little bit. But that's fine. I've got all this employment stored over here. But this will be able to be set up in a nice little priest district. So I'm going to be getting beer and pottery for these guys as well to really level them up. Here we go. Osiris is doubling what we're going to harvest. Not hugely useful. I would have preferred a perfect flood, but that's fine. We will take what we can get. And considering we've already started, the flood has already been and gone, this will double whatever meagre food supplies we are going to get. It's not looking good, let's put it that way. Alrighty, this is a little bit better. Osiris has given us will give us a better inundation than expected, considering that we expected it to entirely fail. A poor flood is probably better than nothing. But the city is gradually beginning to collapse. I am trying to import food, but it's just not quite coming in. Alrighty, the royal mastaba has been finished, and unfortunately our city is collapsing. We've got no beer, we've got no food, we're importing as much as we can, and the fish are trying to make up the bulk of it, but things are not looking good. Let's see if we are very nearly finished or not. Monument has basically got to tick over, and our population is there, so I think we're pretty much just holding on by the skin of our teeth. And there we go, we made it.
Pharaoh is pleased. You have mastered the seas and river, and make good use of the resources they offer. The mighty navy you built patrols the waterways, securing our borders.
Well, I wouldn't say we mastered anything, but we did manage to hold it all together long enough for the victory screen to come up. That is pretty much what counts though in Pharaoh, so we did it. And next episode will actually be the sister city to this particular one, so I'm going to go back to an earlier save, and then we will be doing Abedju and building a number of medium and small mastabas. So take care, I've been Blxz. This has been Pharaoh. See you next time.